Shilpa Reddy, an entrepreneur, model, and fashion designer, is a great source of inspiration to many through her push for a sustainable and healthy life. In conversation with Sakshi Post, Shilpa shares her thoughts on why body shaming must stop and the importance of having a healthy body and mind.
Hi, welcome to our show.
Thank
so,
you.
people do affirmations and visualize what they want to manifest. You remember doing any of that?
No, I know. See, I heard affirmations and visualization work to an extent, but don't you think it's a little too out there? I don't know, there's no substantial evidence. To me, it's always been, checking with my own self. If I'm putting in my 100% for anything I take up. It is said that affirmations do help because your body doesn't know if you are seriously saying it or if you're just saying it. So they say, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, or I'm honest, I'm honest, I'm honest. I heard all of this, but somehow it doesn't sit well with what I think and how I live my life. To me, it's always you are the better judge of your own self. And one question you have to ask yourself, are you giving your 100%? And not comparing yourself with others. The moment you start comparing yourself with others, you've already set a benchmark and you're thinking, I shouldn't go beyond that. It should just, that person is my, cut-off line.
Yes.
So comparison will constrict your growth. Always ask one question to yourself, are you putting in your 100%? I'm telling you, when you close your eyes, you know if you're putting your 100% or you can push yourself a little more. So I think I'm the better judge of what I am today.
Okay. So, but was there anything that actually led you to, was there a life-changing moment or something which actually pushed you to turn to this sustainable living and all that?
Okay, you're talking about sustainability now. I was talking about generally,
generally,
as
that
to
was the
what
question, yeah.
how I lead my life.
Yeah.
See, sustainability is not a subject. It's not some new age word. It's always been there. See, what is sustainability? Something that can continue for years to come in comparison with the human life without disturbing anything, without harming anything around, whether it is your health, relations, or general lifestyle, or love, everything. So, even fitness. For you to sustain, sustainability is not just about environment, it's about everything that you do. You have to ask yourself a question that if you're conscious, you automatically will do something that will sustain. If you're unconsciously doing without any thinking and just, superficially working, not really looking into yourself and asking the deeper questions, you will live accidentally. You will not live consciously. So to me, when you become conscious, it'll make you a better mother, it'll make you a better boss, it'll make you a better wife, it'll make you a better person who can sustain a certain kind of health or lifestyle, or at the same time, what is around us, like sustaining the environment, that comes later. But sustainability is not just for environment. Sustainability is something that can last for long without having to constantly change. So that happened to me when I actually started meditating and after the birth of my son, because I consciously became a mother, not just because I have to become a mother after marriage. I took 7 long years to really introspect, retrospect, and really asking this question, if I really want to be a mother now, will I be able to spend the time it requires to be a mother? Will I be able to take up a responsibility of nourishing and nurturing another human life? It's not a small thing. You can't just have kids because you have to have it. So once you're conscious, sustainability is a outcome of being conscious.
So I've been seeing a lot of posts on body shaming that you've posted. So you think there is a lack of awareness right now? Do we really need to talk about it?
Honestly, social media has become like a free platform for everybody to say whatever comes to their mind with limited knowledge and looking at everything through a keyhole. When you look through a keyhole, you only see that much. So when they're looking only through a keyhole without understanding the wider aspect of life or that's a particular subject, your knowledge is limited and they just go on. See, body shaming is being spoken about in the recent times only. If you see your grandmother, my mom, no one really, really like identified like little things and say, hey, your arms are becoming big, or whatever. That was never there. So now it's become a lot more, because all of us at some point must have thought that this is an ideal body. Only when you have an image of an ideal body in your mind, something else could be ideal to you, something else could be ideal to me. Based on that, when you start putting an ideal body in your mind, everything will start looking like not right with your limited perception of what a body should look like. So nowadays it's too much. So my thing about body shaming is to understand that women come in all shapes, all forms, all colors, different skin tones, shapes and all of that. The only thing again I tell is I also don't promote someone really big and obese, being okay with it. This could be very controversial, but I'm saying it because the moment you say I'm okay the way I am, you are stumping your growth. It's not okay. I mean, it's not okay. It's not about the physical appearance. I'm saying, how do you feel internally? How do you feel? Do you feel completely healthy? Are you able to do all that you want to do in your life? Are you able to play and run with your child? Are you able to work for 12 to 14 hours without getting tired and frustrated and stressed? That is health. Okay, it's not the size of the body. And when you are heavy, like more than an ideal weight, you will not be able to do all of this. There will be lethargy, there will be frustration, there will be depression, and you can't say I'm okay with my body. Like, if you're okay with it, that's your problem, but that is not owning your body. When I say self-love, owning the body, it's how much work are you putting into yourself to enhance your body. It doesn't have to be like six-pack, muscular, just being able to feel healthy within yourself, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. If you can go throughout the day without getting angry, without getting frustrated, without like losing your cool, then that's a healthy body. So just shape and form and size of the body is not owning the body. Working upon yourself to whatever extent you can work. See, your level of fitness is different, my level of fitness is different, but are you able to do all that you want to do with your body in this life? So that is body positivity, not shapes and forms and colors and tones.
Okay, so your body is supposed to make you feel confident, right? I mean, when you are comfortable in your body, you feel like, yeah, right, you can do, you can accomplish anything.
Right.
But sometimes that becomes a hindrance to your growth. Like you said, people come and judge you based on your thing, and they say, no, you can't do it.
Right.
You should look a certain way. I mean, if you're too skinny, they say, no, you're very flat. And if you're obese, they're like, no, I mean, or probably a plus size, if they come up with you.
Right.
Every time it's like, it becomes a hindrance.
So, see, we addressed this question earlier. When you say hindrance, I call it impediment. Your body and your mind should never come in the way of your growth. I'm not saying just the physical appearance. A lot of them, even if they're in great shape, they have a certain shame about the body. Like, they can't wear a certain kind of clothes with confidence. If you are big built, they shrug and walk. And lot of the things, if you, for example, my son's school has a running race for parents. Though you're fit and you can do it, there's something that body stops you. Like, you're not comfortable with your body. I'm not talking about fitness, I'm not talking about how you look. Generally, it is instilled in us through culture or societal conditioning or how you grew up. Body is made to come in the way of your growth. That should not happen. I've known a lot of couples also, because they're not very confident with their own bodies, they are even shy to go to their husbands. Like, there's so many cases like that, like they're so not comfortable with their own body. I'm not saying do a bikini shoot like how I did, like be bold. I'm not even saying that. Generally, to participate in life, to have a larger slice of life, body and mind constantly comes in the way, and then it kind of makes you not want to do. Like for example, my kids' friends had come the other day and they wanted to do rock climbing, and I just climbed with them. But my, like few comments have been made that not everybody is comfortable like just going and doing it. Like there's something that stops you. That is because body's coming in the way of what you want to do and how you want to live. Culturally, or as I said, social conditioning. So one should not be ashamed of the body. That's my whole idea of this, photo shoot that I've done. It should never become the impediment in your life. You have to be comfortable in your own skin. That's the whole point of it.
So, I mean, from what you said, so it's not always about somebody else telling you something. It's also got to do with you.
Absolutely.
It's the
A
way you
lot
think.
is got to do with you and how you're conditioned and how you want to break those barriers. It's so liberating when you are comfortable with your body. You can sit the way you want. I mean, I'm not saying in a way that it makes you uncomfortable, but generally to even conduct yourself and walk into a room with confidence, like to be able to sit in front of few men and talk, that all comes because you're like shy, you're like cringing yourself. So that has to break. It's not about shape, it's not about size, it's not about fitness. Just owning your body is very, very important. And mind, I mean, we're not talking about mind, but mind also comes in the way. Oh, I can't do it, or maybe what will they think. It's always telling you not to do. So you have to break this.
So because when somebody says something, and we are always like constantly thinking about what people are talking about
Yes.
us and all that, and then like people resort to extreme measures, like they get into this weight loss pills, weight gain pills, and sometimes they even go through starvation. I mean, it's literally starvation these days.
That's a complete no-no. It'll only do bad to your body and it'll only depress you further. See, once you have a nourishing meal with everything in balance, and once you have a minimum of 30 minutes of exercise, your body can be alive. It can be vibrant, and all these thoughts will not come. Because you're not feeling all of that, you want shortcuts, popping pills and going on starvation diets. That's a complete no-no. This life is so beautiful to do all these all those nonsensical things which will only deteriorate your body's health and your mind. When you're not nourished properly, there's certain chemicals in your mind which are not going to be produced how a healthy body would produce them. So that causes further depression, that causes further complex, that causes further self-doubt. So shortcuts, starvation should be a complete no-no. You can totally have 5-6 extra pounds on your body from a normal, like what an ideal weight, meaning they have for such a so much height, so much mass, all that. Even after that, you can have a 5 to 6 pounds extra. It doesn't make you unhealthy. But just ask this question that, am I living my life fully? Like, for what am I living? Just to look good? Just to please people? Or do you want to do something substantial with your life? So that is a question you have to ask yourself.
Yeah, because it sometimes gets very risky. Like there was a recent actress in Kannada who lost her life when she was going through this fat removal surgery. Because there was excess water retention and she had to get that removed, and she died during the surgery.
That's so
Now it's
sad.
a choice she made, but then now they say it's medical negligence and all that. I think at the outset you should not.
Just generally that whole procedure is trash. I'm telling you, like, let whatever people want to think. All these shortcuts are trash. It will do harm to your body, but no good. That's what I'm saying. Physical appearance should not be the top priority. How you feel within your body is the top priority. So, like, you have to evolve. Like, you have to understand what is the priorities in your life. Do you want to just look good, or you want to do something with your life? Then like one life that we remember, and it's clicking off so quickly. It's like, one day is gone sitting with you, and half an hour is gone from my life. So making every moment useful, making every moment impactful, doing something substantial with this life is what youngsters should look, but not just to look good and please others and lose fat here or arms and legs and thighs and butts and whatever.
So do you think these unrealistic images that we see in movies and brands, they opt for skinny models and all? So do you think that is kind of putting pressure on people to look in a certain way?
See, every profession demands you to look a certain way. I've known my close celebrity friends who were asked to lose like 8 kilos for a certain movie. Like they demand. And for that profession, they're supposed to look that way because that's what is entertainment. Like you don't want to look someone who's out of shape on a big screen and paid the ticket. You want to look someone sexy because that's entertaining you. So there are certain kind of demands that celebrities or heroines or heroes have, and they're given by the industry. You have to look a certain way for this film. That's it. So they're just doing that. You don't get inspired by them. Why do you have to put that as a benchmark? See, if you're a doctor, you want to look like an actress? Ridiculous, right? So be realistic. Instead of blaming others, instead of blaming the industry. But again, modeling, as you said, should be realistic because you're selling a product. Movies, I still feel, like they're meant to look like that. They should be looking desirable for men. They should, dance a certain way. So I don't think the way movie industry is doing, that's only because to entertain people. Leaving that apart, when you talked about modeling and endorsing a product, that modeling should be realistic. You can't show, like, oh, okay, in 10 days you'll become fair, like show a fair looking model. So there's a lot of dishonesty in endorsing brands. That segment should not be unrealistic. That's very important. And women should not aspire to look like somebody else when it's not your profession. It's not necessary. If it's a personal choice, yes. Like I train not just to be slim, I train like an athlete because I'm challenging my body with different kinds of workouts, testing, like different exercises and intensity. So that's my choice. But aspiring to look like Deepika Padukone, aspiring to look like someone, in the industry is unrealistic. If you have the source, if you really want that as a choice, then do it in the healthy way, but not in the way, people end up ruining their bodies and, messing up their minds. So basically, I always feel like instead of teaching our children to become thin and all, help them understand how to be healthy. And there's so much information. Why you have to only look at celebrities and say, I want to look like them? Think of some army officers. There's today, I can't remember the name, the first women Navy combat, I can't remember the name. I just saw it this morning. Let's look at her and maybe want to aspire to be that person. Like, why only movie stars? Like, that should be instilled in kids or children by parents also. Constantly giving them the confidence and saying, life has much better things to address. Doing something more impactful, become a change maker, do something, exceptional in your field of work, along with keeping a good, healthy body and mind. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.